This podcast is brought to you by LOETB Community Education and Adult Literacy for Life.
This part of the shed, we used to be in a different premises, but this one's opened about 6 or maybe 7 years ago. The last shed I was in was kind of in a workshop, so it wasn't so much of a homely feeling to it. We had to kind of be there at certain times outside of work, lunch times and stuff like that. So this place, people can come and go as they please. If they needed someone to talk to, we'll be here for them. So it's a family outside of their own family, people they can trust.
Love the way you put that. You said that to me before. Tell me about this building. What are we situated in? Where are we?
It's the old fire station. Couldn't tell you the date it was built, but it has to be probably 100 years old.
Yeah. Prominent in Port. It's a prominent landmark.
Yeah, well-known landmark.
Yeah. You were lucky to get this place.
Oh, it was very nice.
Especially a landmark place.
A lot of people wanted this place. A lot of people. A lot of different community projects and businesses.
All valuable, no doubt.
Yeah,
how did you manage to get it?
Through the work that we do for the community. We do a lot for the estates around. We definitely do a lot for the schools. So it's nice to have a place where people can come and go, and like where it's not so much midtown, but you have to pass it when you're coming or going into town. We kind of keep it near to the ground, looking at what people might need, whether it be from disability or for schools. Like I'm sure you heard of buddy benches.
Tell me a bit about that.
A buddy bench is it's basically a park bench, and you put it into a school playground. And if a kid is having a bad day or he has no friends or whatever, he'll go over and he'll sit in this buddy bench, and someone will always go over and sit beside him, and that's how friendships are built.
It's a lovely idea.
Yeah.
And the schools are on board with that, of course.
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah. We
What a lovely idea.
We make them and donate them for the schools. They're all painted up lovely colours with little handprints on them as well, and you know, some of them have their own school colours. And I wouldn't say there's a school in Portarlington that doesn't have one of our benches. It's like that picnic table we made for. What was the name of that building? It wasn't Oak. Oak House, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a wheelchair accessible picnic bench. So you can have your people sitting around the same as a standard bench, but then you'd have so you'd have the wheelchairs maybe pushed around the table, but we built it in a way that they can actually sit under the table with everyone else and be part of the proper group.
Yeah.
Sort of say. That went down a treat for
Simple idea, was so proper and so right.
Yeah.
And they were thrilled.
Yeah.
The users were thrilled.
Proud the kids and all, and you know, you could just see no payment needed. The payment for us was the smile on their face.
Yeah.
It's nothing that replaces a smile when you do
That's
something.
it. That's what it's all about.
You do something for somebody. And is it that ethos, or that's what drives you here, quite obviously, because of what talking to you, not just today, but just talking to you before as well. That's a very important part of what you do here. What you get back from this is the smile. It's not, you don't want anything else from it.
No,
but it must make you feel so good and so.
Doesn't matter how hard you might feel or how hard you act, it'll always bring a tear to your eyes when you're helping people.
Don't doubt that.
And I suffer with very bad depression, and this brought me up 3 or 4 days a week.
Did it?
I haven't got it since.
Really?
No.
How long ago were you here involved?
I'm here about 3 years. And,
so three years ago your life changed because you got involved with the shed.
I could vouch for Martin for that, because I know Martin a long time, but he only knew me properly from this place.
And there's great peace in here.
You can feel it.
Even you don't do anything, just chat,
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I like
the stove and a cup of tea is very important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you haven't hard neck, you'll survive forever here.
So the banter is a part of it, is it?
Yeah. We went down a little bit. Val Kennedy, chairperson, and did wonders. He's a great chairman.
Yeah.
And Paddy.
Was that hard work, Val, to become spearhead something. I mean, the administration will be a huge part of it.
There is a lot of work, an awful lot of work goes on behind the scene.
Yeah.
An awful lot of work. They're like you have emails, phones, meetings, and like the lads, you wouldn't see what's going on.
I know.
No, you wouldn't see. Paddy knows about it because Paddy's involved literally in everything that's here. Paddy and I, we kind of, but everyone here knows exactly what's going on because we hide nothing. We're totally open, totally transparent to everything that goes on in this shed. And as I say, 99% of the people respect what we do.
Lovely.
But there's always
There's a cohort that never get what you're doing, but but that 99% far outweighs the other, even though the other is annoying to come across. Of course it is. How do you overcome that? Do you just continue?
You just carry on.
You can't afford to take things to heart. You really can't.
Why would there be a negative attacks? Why would there be?
Don't know.
No.
Don't know.
Just because you're trying to do some good?
No, you'd have a member that come here that wouldn't be on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'd have problems at home and in their life.
Okay.
Not that it doesn't work for them, but they're awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they cause a bit of
Okay.
But usually they'll come out of their shell and then speak to one of us, and then they'll lay everything down their sleeve, and we'll know what's going on, and then we'll work on it, and then we're grand.
Our ambition is to have the shed here comfortable and warm. At the minute, it's not.
Okay.
Like you.
That's a nice.
But like on a normal day, like when the front is open, you cannot stand in the place like in the cold. You just cannot. It's too cold. Yeah. No, I can't be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't be near the place when there's any song
going on.
Anything like that.
You inhale it. Yeah.
I have to get away here. You know.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Trying to do is have this place here, a workshop, and then out there we're going to have it a kind of a recreation place.
Yeah.
A kind of a
a clean room.
Yeah.
Comfortable clean room.
a clean room, and
Nice.
if people want to sit down and maybe play a game of cards or something like that, but so long as they can do it in a bit of comfort.
Nice.
You know, because you can't stay out there at the minute.
No.
It's too cold. You'll be dead with the cold in 10 minutes. That's our ambition now. Maybe at the end, this time next year, we hope to have something done on that. Like something done.
Yeah.
The cost of doing that is very, very substantial.
We had a raffle recently, and it worked out okay for us that we were able to keep ourselves up and running for another 6 months at least. So, like, being a non-profit organisation, it is difficult, but and the fact that we love helping people so much that we hardly ever charge.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
but we're managing.
Yeah.
It just means progress is a slower rate. That's it. We could lose sight of that.
Do you get a bit of funding anyway?
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Leash Sports Partnership Leash Partnership, is very, very great to us. Very helpful in every possible way you could think of.
Yeah.
Like, we literally came from a course an hour before this.
You
With
were telling me, Mark, what was it? Was it computer? What was it?
Technology course.
Technology course. Isn't that lovely to be able to access that sort of?
very good.
Yeah, and that they support you in that.
Yeah.
And like what we learned from them, we can integrate into others to come here.
Yeah.
Like what to look out for scams on your text messages and.
I mean digital technology is part of your lives now, and I mean I know the ETB as well support any if there's any help you need in that regard, or if there's anything you're looking for in that regard, that they're there in terms of the knowledge of that and whatever education is required at that particular point for digital work and other literacy and numeracy and everything. I mean that's the support that people are able to offer you.
At the moment, we just got a new floor, and next week we're going to paint.
Lovely.
And
I missed the painting then. You could have given me a brush when I came in.
We can have a part 2.
Very happy to paint. Who's arriving in?
Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you. To see you, nice.
Come in, sit
Bruce
down.
Forsyth, huh?
The lads are spoiling me here with a lovely fire that is
gone low again.
The sound effects of it are beautiful, Paddy. I think that's what you want.
Burning the furniture.
Yeah. My chair next, so you can. But you have to stay warm. How are you, Michael? Good. Are you involved to start with Michael?
No, I'm only 4 months or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just.
When Michael started within a very short time, he became one of my family members.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't think of him not being around now.
Yeah.
Not trying to give him a big head or anything. Like
You'd be danger of getting a big head around
That's
there,
the
Michael.
danger, yeah.
But isn't that a lovely thing to hear somebody say?
Yes. Flattery, flattery to get you.
It's very good.
I'm not in the way to saw.
That's it.
Let's take it back, so, Mark.
Michael put on the floor as well.
Well, put some of it, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. That fellow doesn't want to stay here.
And that tests your DIY skills.
Yeah, well, I always had to be fairly useful at that.
Is it?
From the time I left school, I always had to pull in my weight, so.
You had a screwdriver in one hand.
Screwdriver, even up building my house there, I had 2 bending springs, a ½ inch and a 3/4 inch.
Did you build your own house, Mike?
Yeah, people ask me, how did you bend the pipes? So I strength in ignorance. I'd stick the spring out in the pipe and pull it around. Until I went.
Have you had any plumbing issues since that went in or not?
No, that's what a plumber said to me one time about my heating system. Sure, that couldn't work. I was working the last 40 years. I just had one pipe around the house. And the water rises and it heats that radiator and it goes on to next and goes next. And you can, if you don't want a radiator to heat, just turn the screw on it and it bypasses it then. So it done the job anyhow, so still going.
Yeah.
Michael, that's a lovely thought.
Michael used to build his own speakers in his bedroom at a very young age.
Did you?
He did.
I would magnet out a dynamo and wrap cardboard around it and put more wire around that again and had it hanging up in my bedroom. And my grandmother went in and could hear the show talking in the corner. She ran to me father, see if I was wrong. He come up and look at it and he said, as long as it doesn't put the house on fire, he says, you can do what you like.
So you found a nice place to sit and have a chat with people in the men's gym.
Sure, share ideas and you probably can share ideas. That somebody else will benefit, or I can benefit from Paddy's ideas or the other men's ideas. That 2 heads is better than 1.
Do you look forward to coming every week?
I do, yeah.
Do you all look forward to coming
Yeah,
every week?
well, I would have been here sooner, but I went, stopped for petrol, went home, got 4 biscuits. It was after 2 o'clock at the time, so I should be back in port.
How far away do you live, Mike?
I'd be 8 kilometres or so, I suppose, from here, out in Jamestown.
Okay, so you potter in and out. And
Yeah.
How often would you come, Paddy, during the week?
3 at the moment, 3 days a week.
3 days?
Yeah.
You come in 3 days a week?
Yeah, we'd love to have it 7 days.
Would you?
I'd love it as 7 days, over 7 days, for anyone to come in. Come in and read a daily paper.
Yeah.
Drop-in centre, if you want to call it.
Yeah, maybe something digitally or computer or something that people come in and look at the news or whatever. Yeah, I like it. That's a lovely idea.
It wouldn't suit me at the present. I'm doing my potatoes in between times.
What are you doing in potatoes?
Taking them out.
Taking them out. Near time to take them out.
This lad even has a potato named after him, one he invented himself.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
Well, that goes back to 1958. We were taking out potatoes. Well, I just went out for potatoes for the dinner and I noticed this stalk different than the rest of the stalks. The other ones were starting to blight and this one was still grand and green, and just said to myself, I'll keep an eye to this one, So when we did officially start to dig the potatoes or cut them out that time, you had to do it there, but I went down and dug it out first. And it had 7 big potatoes this size under it. no small ones. And so I said something different about those. So I kept them and split them into 21 pieces the next spring and multiplied them. And after a couple of years, I shared them around with the neighbours there, and sure, they went all over the place there. They're doing awfully, and they're as far as California. There was visitors there from California. There we had a South Catherine cottage, and this woman asked me would I give her a few of the potatoes, and the fellow's husband says, "You do no such thing." He says, "A bushel gas for bringing back weapons and mash the stuff." So when his back was turned, she grabbed the cover from me and shoved him down here. I got them home anyhow, and she crowed them anyhow. And her friend was with her as well. She got a few of them. But the next summer, when they went to holidays, they completely burnt up with the sun. There was nobody to water them or anything there. But the other woman still had a few hers, because there was people there to keep an eye to them. But when she was digging the next spring, didn't she find one or two of mine after surviving? They got grown again anyhow. But I don't know how they are ever since there. But then I was years trying to find out what the name of them was, and the agricultural advisor said there was no name. He says, "We don't know anything that matches them." And then I joined the Heritage Potato Group in Tullamore.
Heritage Potato Group?
Yeah, and so then they put me in touch with seed savers. So they sent specimens up to the laboratory in Donegal. There was 300 varieties up there, so none of them matched at all. So then there was a European research station in Scotland. They sent them to there, and there was 900 varieties there, and none of them except one ticked a few of the boxes, but it was potato, German potato called Aula. It was discovered about 10 years after mine, so I said, how would it be related to mine? And I was never in Germany before.
The DNA of potato.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find yours.
Yeah.
So they had to declare yours, what?
They called them Dempsey's Darling. If somebody wants some, but
what do they taste like? What differentiates a Dempsey's Darling from a Carrot Pink or excuse my ignorance, or a Golden Wonder?
Yeah, well, a Golden Wonder is usually a small crop of little potatoes. They're in our land anyhow. But they always grow very big. They have yellow inside and yellow outside.
And yours?
Yeah.
And yours like?
They've been nice flowery yellow potatoes there. So they grow well in our area and do travel well in Offaly now, because I share them with the potato group in Offaly there, and there's people who swear by them over there.
Dempsey's Darling.
Why they're not the best selling potatoes.
And they stay in the ground longer or something, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Well, you're after baffling me with that. What a lovely story.
yeah, well, it's probably the only potato that was discovered in the East, and I'm probably the only man alive that has a potato called after me.
You were probably the only man I ever met in my journey with a potato called after him. But I think you should bring a few bags of them in here in the summer or whatever you sell them, and sell them as Dempsey's Darling outside the door. And if you want to raise a few pounds,
Buy them up.
yes, or cook them, and what better way of fundraising uniquely to your men's shed?
So reasonable amount of them there. There's a hotel in Glenard, the Heritage Hotel, I'd say, and
any of the heritage hotels would support that. Heritage,
local bread and local grown stuff, that if they're specialised in stuff like that.
Whole new industry waiting for you there, Michael. And you're young enough yet to go chasing that.
You get another 50 years out or 100 years out of that.
You shared your age with me the last time we spoke, Michael.
Yeah. No chicken, all right.
Do you want to share it again?
Well, it'll be 88 my next birthday.
French connection in Clarine too,
Mm.
and it would have been on that same river.
Mm.
They came to Clarine, Bell Hill, and same as the first city in Ireland was in Clarine, and it was French, built by the French. But there's fields up there that have never been anything but grazed, because if you plough them, you're just digging up bones everywhere. So you're just, it's just crazy. Like, just one fellow went out and he started to plough, and the whole parish literally set on him straight away, because he was tearing up bones.
Yeah, very upset.
Yeah.
Very upset.
And St. Kieran then, he came to Clarine first before he went to Clonmacknight.
Okay.
And he was told when he came back to Ireland, he was to stay going on to his bell rang, and his bell rang on what's known now as Bell Hill in Clarine, and he moved down there into where the old monastery is. That's where he set up first.
Great stories.
Yeah. There's a lot of history lost.
Yeah.
There is a lot, awful lot of history.
Yeah.
Out the shed, being able to come down and being able to talk to lads, and it is an absolute pleasure to be able to come down here.
Yeah.
It really is, and I can take you out of a very dark space.
Yeah.
We really can, because I myself have been through hell and back, and coming down here, it gives me a purpose to get out and meet the lads and chat. And unfortunately, I'm not able to do anything physically anymore. I just cannot do physical work. Can't do it. Just not able. But if I wanted something done, there's always the lads here that do it for me. And that's what I love about the place.
That's mainly where the family part comes in.
Yeah.
I travel around my native land, some beautiful spots to see, from Donegal to Kerry and from Belfast to Tralee. But no matter where I ever go, my tracks would soon retrace to the land of the Moors round the rock of Dunamace. See the little chapel, there's a little chapel down under in the valley down below, and the fields around Cologne where the crops of barley grow. Back behind there is Portlaoise, Queen Mary's special place. There's lots of ancient history around the rock of Dunamace. Portlaoise was Maryborough before that, it was called after Queen Mary. Nearby is Kilmurray, where a deer got the stone to build the least famous farmyard in 1851. Some landmarks that remind us of another time and place in the history of the county surrounding Dunamace. See the battered walls where the Moors made their stand when Crummock with his army came here to take their land. The Moors and the Dempseys lost out without disgrace, and the 40 saved their homeland round the rock of Dunamace. When I go to heaven and knock on Peter's door, I hope he'll say you're welcome, come in and take the floor. St. Patrick over there will show you to your place. We hope that it reminds you of the rock of Dunamace. So if you go to Ireland and travel around like me, from Donegal to Kerry or from Belfast to Tralee, don't forget to mark your roadmap at a very special place and come and see the Midlands from the rock of Dunamace at the Scotia.
That was really nice.